Breaking: Nigerian police panics as Nigerian youths uphold slogan "We no go gree for anybody." Nigerians should be reasonable while using the 2024 slogan "We no go gree for anybody," police insists. The Nigerian police force has again advised citizens to be reasonable when using the trending 2024 slogan "We no go gree for anybody." This was made known by the force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi in a post he made on X, formerly known as Twitter handle, on Friday, insisting that the slogan can trigger a crisis across the country. He said, "Yes, no dey gree for terrorists, bandits and so on. It's indeed reasonable, but how do we manage and handle the unreasonable no dey gree? Many do not understand the slogan, and we need to view it from a wider perspective. Our advice still stands. Be reasonable when you want to apply or use the slogan." In another post, he said, "The police are in the best position to advise and educate Nigerians on possible early warnings, signs of an impending danger as a civil and people-oriented institution. Do not take the 2024 slogan for granted. Do not abuse the slogan and capitalize on it to be attacking security operatives while discharging their duties. Be reasonable with the slogan. Sue for and embrace peace anywhere you find yourselves, even at home. It is well with our dear country." It was also reported on Thursday that the police had warned citizens to refrain from using the trending 2024 slogan "No gree for anybody," describing it as dangerous and capable of triggering crisis across the country. Adejobi, who issued the warning during a press briefing and parade of 67 suspects arrested for various crimes, said, "No gree for anybody" is a slogan coming from a revolutionary sector that may likely cause problems across the country and Nigeria as a whole. Recall that the police PPRO earlier warned citizens to refrain from using the viral slogan because he said it was a revolutionary sector that may likely cause problems across the country. No gree for anybody is being seen as just a normal talk, but in the security community, we have seen it as a very dangerous slogan that can trigger a crisis. Following the New Year's Eve celebration that saw the world enter 2024, the Nigerian social media space was filled with "No gree for anybody," a pidgin language slogan whose interpretation stands for hardiness, pig-headedness, or no surrender. The 2024 slogan, embraced by youths on social media, has been popular, particularly among young Nigerians and celebrities. Meanwhile, some lawyers yesterday faulted the warning by the Nigerian police that the use of "No gree for anybody" adopted by some Nigerians as the 2024 slogan was capable of instigating crisis in the country. The slogan, which simply means "Do not tolerate any form of nonsense from anybody" or "Do not allow yourselves to be bullied by anybody," recently gained popularity among Nigerians, especially on the social media. Lawyers, however, disagreed with the police positions. Police have no power to criminalize expressions, Falana stated. Human rights activist Mr. Femi Falana SCN described the warning as laughable, saying that the police has no power to ban the expression, which he said constitutes no threat to law and order. "I no gree for anybody" is an expression of antiquity, and the police cannot stop or criminalize rather it. When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to Lagos recently, Nigerians expressed their feelings to him that there is hunger in the land. There is a form of "I no go gree." The expression does not in any way constitute a threat to law and order. Nobody can be charged to court for using that expression, and if the police feel differently about it, they should refer us to the portion of the law that criminalizes such an ancient expression, Femi Falana stated. Also, the former second vice president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), Dr. Monday Ubani, also cautioned that while the police have the right to ensure peace in the country, it should not become a ground to infringe on the rights of citizens to express themselves. He said the security agencies are there to maintain law and order, so if the police say that they have carried out an intel which suggests that the slogan is capable of causing crisis in the country, they have a right to prevent it. In doing that, there must, however, be a balance. If people are expressing themselves without ulterior motives or the expression degenerating into a security threat, it would be wrong to infringe on people's right to express themselves. I think the slogan is just a motivation for people and generates the right spirit in them to do the right thing and stand against any form of intimidation or oppression, and also improve their lives. As far as that is the case, it will be wrong for the police to stop people from expressing themselves. What is important is peace, and the police has the right to ensure peace in the country. If there is no peace in the country, investor cannot come in, so we must all ensure that there is peace in the country. The executive director of Cadrell Advocacy Center, Evans Ufele, posited that the police warning was also unnecessary, saying that the security agency clearly misunderstood the slogan. He said, the police warning is unnecessary because the expression is not inciting, it is just a cultural expression and does not impute violence. I believe they have not really done a good research on the slogan. If you ask the youth and the millennials, they will tell you that it is a positive expression they have adopted to achieve their set goals for the year. While some say they no go gree for hunger and poverty, others say I no go gree for oppression and intimidation around me. The society is dynamic and police should know that every season comes with a slogan or expression. Since the expression gained tractions, there has been no violence anywhere. Meanwhile, the army yesterday urged Nigerians to join forces with security agencies by assuming the acronym and saying we no go gree for all terrorists in 2024. The director of Defense Media Operation, Major General Edward Buba, who spoke at the operational briefing of activities of the military against insecurity, noted that by saying and showing that we no go gree for terrorists, Nigerians would be showing they were with the military and security agencies in the fight against criminal elements. By joining in using the slang, we no go gree for anybody, which is currently trending among young Nigerians today, the terrorists will know that time is up. Make Nigerians no gree for terrorists this year. If you see something, say something, and we assure Nigerians of doing something. General Buba also urged Nigerians to be security conscious and report criminal activities in their environment to security operatives. Also recall that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Wednesday used the catchphrase to inspire the Super Eagles by telling them no grief for anybody as they face other countries in the upcoming Nation Cup holding in Côte d'Ivoire. Meanwhile, lawyers in Lagos yesterday also protested against police brutality with call on the Inspector General of Police to call his men to order. The protest followed what they described as unlawful detention of their colleague, Olumide Shonupe, who they said refused to pay 30,000 naira to bail his client involved in a civil matter at Gowon Estate Police Division. The protesting lawyers, led by leaders of the NBA branches and right activists, Mr. Falana carried placards with different inscriptions condemning the high-handedness of the police and their flagrant disregard to the rule of law and human rights. Falana also berated the police at the Gowon Estate, Ibeja, for detaining Shonupe, who he said was performing his legitimate duty as a lawyer. He said, "We decided to come together to protest against police brutality because of the maltreatment of our colleague, Olumide Shonupe, by the DPO, Gowon Estate Station, Ibeja. We are making a case through him that Nigerian lawyers will no longer allow brutalizations of lawyers and indeed other citizens," he added.